Welcome to the Atrioc broadcast, January 22nd, 2025. How are you guys fucking doing? 410 Nikki, they with 7 months. It's Fin 4. No, I'm not going to do that. Crane, what's good, Atrioc? I just want to say that I really appreciate your streams. Your chat is fun, and you read the chat messages in a funny way, so it all really comes together well. That's what I do. That's my contribution, is that I read the chat messages in a funny way. That's your summation of what I'm doing is this broadcast is that I read the chat. No, there's so much more to it than that. Obviously, there's so much more to it than that. Hey, Atrioc, I want to welcome you to the broadcast too. They always ask what you're doing, not how you're doing. So fucking true. Wait, finally. Wait, fucking for real, dude. They do always ask, hey, what's the content? What's in it for me? What are you doing today? But no one says, how are you doing? How are you? And I'll be honest with you, great question. I'm doing all right. I'm shocked by the question. I'm not even prepared to answer it. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty well. I had a good day. Played some basketball. Read a book. I can talk about the book. This book arrived today. I just started it. I'm very early on. I read 1 page an hour, so it's pretty slow. It's called Devil Take the Hindmost, and it's a history of financial speculation. Basically, my dream book, it's just bubbles. Financial bubbles throughout history and funny things that happened during them. It's not written super approachably, though, unfortunately. I do not want to recommend it because you may find it boring, but I found it to be very interesting thus far. I'm very early on. Anyway, that's what I did. I sat on a fucking couch and I read that book. Is that pictures? You know what I need to do? This would honestly be such a lucrative business for me. I need to take some of these books that I'm reading and then just steal them and rewrite them with like pictures and easy text. And I swear to God, I'll sell a fucking million copies. It'll be front of Barnes & Noble. If I just put like a simple diagram and like just fucking simplify it all down, it's like 1/3 of the length. I swear to God, I'd make so much money. It's not even a dumb idea. It's actually a good idea. I've never thought of Atrioc owning a couch. That has me shook. I'm sorry. What? Why? I don't understand why that has you shook. Because what about that is so earth-shaking? The JD Vance pipeline. JD Vance is the only person that owns a couch. Okay? He may be the one that fucks a couch, but he's not the only one that owns it. You seem like a floor-sitting kind of guy. You think me, and my wife, since we live in the same place, are just putting a TV in an empty living room and sitting on the couch, sitting on the floor. We're just sitting on the fucking floor. No, we got a couch. Of course. It's minimalism. Are you selling it to me or are you accusing me of doing it? You don't have to fucking convince me to do it. I'm already confident in the couch. Ugh. What, you live with your wife? I know, pretty gay, right? There's nothing gayer than living with your wife. You caught me. You caught me on that one. Why are you as a man living with your wife? Hey, Atrioc, all this stuff with... I'm going to hide behind your comment. Hey, you guys can't see me. I'm like peeking out. I'm like a jungle puma ready to pounce in the tall grass. Ha! Be honest, you're scared. Hey, Atrioc, the stuff with Elon reminds me of the idea in the fourth turning, where as people die off as a society, we forget the lessons of the past. That is the fourth turning. If this happened 40 years ago, oh, you're talking about the Roman salute. Well, there is outrage. I think it's a misdiagnosis. There is outrage on it. It's more of we live in a time where consequences for anything like that are non-existent. Not that there's not outrage. I think the lessons people forget are a lot larger than that. People are forgetting lessons around like, the importance of a strong antitrust division of the government. There's like the reason that existed because we had these gigantic corporate conglomerates in the 20s. Anyway, any Hootie and the Blowfish. Have you read The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield? Not only have I read it, I'm not going to be able to find it, but I own it. It's somewhere around here. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember much about it though. This is like I think I read this book in college, The War of Art, but I definitely have it. I know it's got an iconic cover. I doubt I can remember anything from it. Atrioc, I'm from South America. I live not in America. Is America going to end us all or only themselves? My friends and I have fun BQQs talking about all the content coming up from gun murder country, but kind of makes us anxious also. I'm assuming not your first language. That's my assumption. That's my guess. That's my but I couldn't I assume you are saying you're worried that spillover from America will reach your country. I would say perhaps. I mean, my understanding is that there's not a lot of countries out there that don't have their own problems. I assume your country is dealing with some sort of problems as well. Hey, Atrioc, have you heard about the merger between Six Flags and Cedar Fair? The top brass of Cedar Fair have taken over the company and are removing the tallest roller coaster in the world. I haven't heard about it. Why? Why would two roller coaster companies merge and then remove the tallest roller coaster? What's the point of that? The woke? Does it have like a DEI loop in it or something? Why are we doing that? What is the point? It doesn't make any sense. Why, wouldn't that be a marketing thing? Tallest roller coaster? People would want to go see it, and I don't get it. Hey, I found out my 57-year-old father bought Dogecoin because my brother-in-law convinced him it was a good investment of $5K. I guess it depends on when he bought it, but it's not a good investment. It could be a good speculation. It could be a good gamble. It is never going to be a good investment. I have to talk about something. You mentioned 57-year-old father. My 60-something-year-old father, 62, 63, how old is my dad? My father called me today and said that he went diving. He went scuba diving, and the instructor was a guy in his, late 40s, early 50s, and they had to drive 6 hours to get to the dive site, all right? They'd go on the dive, and then they drive 6 hours back. It's a fucking trip. It's a fucking journey. On the drive back from the dive site, they're just making conversation in the car. Because there's the instructor, there's him, and then there's I think one other person. And they're just talking because they have 6 hours to fill. And they don't know each other, so it's kind of all small talk. And one of the guys says, yeah, I've been watching, some gaming stuff on YouTube or whatever. My dad's like, oh, gaming? My son's into that. Just like conversation as you do. And my dad tells me a story. He's like, the guy could not be less interested. But my dad's like, the guy's almost like, oh, cool, I guess. And he's like, no, I watch like YouTubers play the game. And then my dad's like, no, my son, he does that. He's like a YouTuber that plays games and does stuff like that, does content. And again, the guy he was like completely uninterested. He was actually my dad said it like this. He was like, oh, I'm sorry for you. Like, I feel bad that your son is like trying to be a YouTuber or whatever. That's the vibe that he gave. Anyway, my dad was like, no, I mean, he does pretty well. You know, like I've seen his bank account. You know, he's doing pretty well. And the guy's like, oh, he got a perks up. He's like, he's interesting. Oh, well, is he a name I would know? And then my dad's like, well, yeah, his username's Atrioc. And apparently, this is my dad telling the story. He freaked out and said he's a huge Atrioc fan. He can't be that huge because he didn't recognize my fucking dad. He says he watches a fuck ton of Atrioc content, which is also weird because he's like 48. That's what my dad said in the car. He's like, you can't be that big a fan if you don't even see. I'm in the videos. But my dad was freaking out. My dad called me like it was the coolest fucking thing. Cause he got to anyway, diving instructor, if you're here, fake fan, bro. If you're in this chat, fake fan. So that's a fun little story. Yeah, he could be a hitman only guy, honestly. It would make a lot of sense. You know, dive guy talking about gaming. He could be a hitman only guy. But he's watched a ton of my stuff. He could be, so anyway. More Clips channel, Andy. I think my dad's been on there. If I saw the Lil W Master in public, I would shout Glizzy Dad from a mile away so everyone would know. That guy sounds like a poser. There's two roads to go down. Can't say either one is particularly good. Please do not shout Glizzy Dad across the room at my father in public. What's funny is that's more embarrassing for me. My dad has leaned into it. He loves it. My dad loves it. My dad thinks it's fucking great. Like my dad, when I call him, I'm always like, Dad, if somebody in my community asks you to do a video or something stupid like that, you don't have to do it. It's like, please do not. Just say no or don't even respond. You don't have to do it. And he's like, yeah, I know. And then he does it every time. He does every single one. He just doesn't fucking skip it. Hey, thank you for the gifties. Fine. This is the username. Okay. Thank you for the gifties. Much appreciated. Sincerely. Hey, Truck, everyone's saying you should dye your hair the color of the trans flag. Everyone is saying it. What hair? Can't dye hair if I don't have any. It's called Setup Punchline. It's the key. What happened today? I was reading some news today I want to talk to you guys about. Well, we could vibe for a bit. What happened to you guys? What's going on in your lives? What's we're gonna watch House today. We will watch House MD today. That's 100% on the docket. Maybe a slightly shorter stream today, so I had to cut in the house early. I slept horrendously last night. One of my lowest sleep scores in a minute. I don't know why. I just kept fucking waking up. And I also played basketball, so the Sandman's coming. I'm gonna be fucking tired as shit. So I might cut a little early and try to vibe down, but hey, any updates about actually China? Oh, yeah. Wow, good question. So, Tirzu, the GOAT, is co-owner of Nebula, and he reached out on my behalf to the creator of Actually China on Nebula, and they agreed that I can watch and react to it. I just can't watch every episode. I gotta, it's not in order, so I can pick and choose, but I'll just pick a few of the episodes and we'll do reacts, and then we'll see if it boosts any sales for them. And if so, blossoming friendship. And if not, they kick me to the curb. So yeah, sounds great. We'll definitely watch Actually China. I will get a full confirmation on the specifics, and we'll do that probably this week. I'm totally down. So +2 to Tirzu, the GOAT. and a Big A viewer. Appreciate that about him. And he hooked me up. He also asked me if I was interested in possibly doing some stuff on Nebula. And I told him, I mean, you know, it sounds super sick, and of course, but I don't know how I could make more videos. It's not like I have like all these videos that I want to make and can't, or I just don't have the money or whatever. It's like I can't speed up my time. I can already get a Marketing Monday out once every 2 weeks. I can't do fucking, so I don't know. I don't understand how people, I don't know how other YouTubers do it. But he said there might be some things he could talk about, so we'll see. You talked about liking Scott Bessent as a decent pick for Secretary of Treasury. Do you think the U.S. has a lack of just good policymakers and smart people in the room? I wonder if this is an answer of incentives. The U.S. doesn't seem to see social prestige and social. Any idea what this is? Yes, I think this message is a little long, but yes, I like Scott Bessent because even if I disagree with him on some things, I fully believe he knows what he's talking about and is smart. So if ideologically he disagrees with me, fine, but he's not going to make a big mechanical mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if I don't know. I need a rivalry within. Yeah, it's like if Faker was picking Secretary of League of Legends and couldn't pick himself, he might pick Chovy. Chovy plays a different style of mid than him. He doesn't agree with all of it, but he's a really good player. Do you understand? It's this is a really specific league example, but it's just, I think there's a baseline floor of competence that we need. Someone who's not a complete fucking grifter, not someone who's not a, so I like Scott Bessent for that reason. Not necessarily that I agree with much of what he has been saying in his confirmation. Because I've heard Scott Bessent talk for years. I've read some of his talks. I've seen some of his interviews back in the day. He's just intelligent. He's not stupid as fuck. And it's such an important role. Treasury Secretary is such an important role. It's like maybe the most important role. So that's why I lean sport. And also it was because between him and Howard Lutnick, and I think Howard Lutnick is a legitimate con artist, a legitimate scammer, a legitimate demon. Thought this was a good video about rent starting to decrease in Canada. I don't want to watch a video right this second, but it's nice if rent is starting to decrease in Canada. I mean, housing prices started to slide year over year in like fucking 38 American metros. I mean, shit is slowing down real estate wise. Not enough to make a dent for most people yet, but it's not. The direction is correct. Definitely stopped rising. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. I'm sure I'm the millionth person to say this, but surely chat's got to be happy about the new Agent 47. What do you mean new Agent 47? New Agent 47? Wait, is there a new Hitman movie with Jason Statham? No, this is fake, right? This is like a fake AI slop, I think. Oh. Boom.
Every contract requires meticulous planning. Sometimes it gets messy.
Cinema. Being the best is dangerous.
Names are for friends, so I don't need one. I'm just 47.
Horrendous. That's horrendous. That is fucking horrendous. And that has more views than my predictions video. Fuck, dude. I spent a lot of time on that. Oh, good times. Good times. Bald on bald crime. Nothing wrong with being bald, folks. I wouldn't know, but nothing wrong with it. It's not a choice that I would live. Not for me. I got a full head of hair, but I do think there's something obscene about it. Hey, Big A. I just read a bit on fourth turnings. How currently we're in the fourth wintering crisis. How long did they last? I mean, they have the answer in the book, The Fourth Turning. I think it's like in the mid 2030s or something is we're supposed to transition to the spring. Thanks for being a reasonably positive voice in such tumultuous times. I can definitely get on the doomer train, but watching your content keeps things a little lighter, which makes it all a bit easier. Appreciate that. That's kind of you to say. And the fact that I paid you for this comment does not in any way diminish its fucking importance. It doesn't diminish the pure good energy that we're feeling in this chat, you know? The good, positive vibes. Just because I fucking hired someone on Fiverr to come into my chat and say that exact message, what does that mean? It's disingenuous? Does that mean it suddenly like doesn't feel as good? No. Why care about the world when we can all join hands and call you bald and a boomer? How are you guys typing the words bald and boomer if you're all joining hands? Noses. So every one of you is slamming your nose into a keyboard while holding hands to call me bald and boomer. That doesn't make me feel stupid. Surprisingly, that makes me think less of you. It's not like, oh, I feel owned now. I feel like, wow, that's an insane way to live. I feel like my critics are living an insane life. Makes me feel like they perhaps have mental problems that are unaddressed. Hey, sorry for the confusion. I meant the new Agent 47 being Donald Trump, the 47th president. You just say that next time. Quite confusing. Quite confusing. You really set me off on a goose chase, a tangent, if you will. Certainly wasn't helpful. Just speak clearly. That way we're already having an impasse because we're using this chat to streamer connection where a lot of nuance gets lost. Just speak clearly. Is there any crazy Trump news today? I mean, obviously it's every single day, but I am trying to package it into chunks. Otherwise it'll be every day for a month. So if there's anything crazy, I'll talk about it. Otherwise I'll batch it on to Monday. He died. Well, that would be big news. Did you watch Gladiator 2? That's Trump news. I watched Gladiator 2, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it. Caught! Sue me! And I wanted to like it. I deeply wanted to like it. Thought it was boring. I thought it was what The Force Awakens was to A New Hope. It was a copy that's worse in every way. It was scene by scene, they tried to copy the first one, and scene by scene, it was a little bit worse. There were some cool parts, don't get me wrong, and I love Pedro Pascal and I like Denzel, but it was a letdown, to be sure. Did you see that Trump tasked someone with solving the Ukraine war in 100 days? Yeah, did you see who? It was me, okay? I've been stressed out about it. I've been losing sleep. He said, Atrioc, fix this shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yes, sir. I said, sir. I'm trying to figure it out, dude. It's tough. It's like a real big conflict. It's kind of at an impasse. So I subcontracted it out to Dr. Battle. So we'll see if he can get it done. Dr. Battle's on the case, folks. I sent him to Moscow to negotiate with Putin. And we'll see if he can... it should be in good hands. Finally, government I can trust. Yeah, exactly. When can we get you to play Balatro on stream? I've done it. You can probably find a VOD of me playing Balatro. I will probably never play it on stream again until there's something new. I Balatro maxed like everyone does when I first got it, and then I got burnt out, and then I was done with it, and I'm no longer interested. You know what I'm going to play this year? Guaranteed game that I'm going to play furiously. Fast and furiously. Call me Vin, the way up my diesel will be up. No, it doesn't make any sense. The way I'll be hitting the diesel. The way I'll be burning diesel fuel when I hit the foot on the gas for this game. Slay the Spire 2! I nailed it, by the way. That wasn't nailed it. Slay the Spire 2. I'm going to play the shit out of that game. I'm going to lose my mind in that game. I'm going to get Ascension 20 or whatever the equivalent is for all of the new heroes and the old heroes. I might do a Slayathon. Spireathon. I'm going to go fucking crazy with it. And probably get Ari on stream too, because she loves those games. It will be perfect. It'll be a Yas Queen moment. So it'll be fucking sick. We're 100% doing that. Drippy, thank you for the 38 months. What's the plan with multi-streaming now that Lud's doing it? Yeah, he kind of fucked me over there. He gave me perfect cloud cover because I didn't want to do it for laziness reasons. And he was fighting some holy war with his fucking chat in Reddit and saying how he's not going to do it because it's good for your stream or whatever. And I was like, well, if he says it, it must be true. But I didn't really care what he said. I just didn't want to do it because I don't want to fucking set it up and I don't want to deal with it and I don't want to manage it. So now I'm fucked. Now he's just multi-streaming. I'm like fucking the last warrior. Makes me kind of cooler, actually. Makes me kind of based. I'm like the only holdout. I'm like sort of like a... Yeah, you're right. I am sort of like a hero. Like the last... I'm like the... You know, the only person that doesn't sell out to the man. The last real rock band. Kind of like Jesus Christ in a way. I'm like the last samurai because I'm white. Yeah, well, I'm probably not going to do it. I'll be honest with you. Unless, there's the one caveat. Once Adish gets here and he sets it up and it's easy, maybe I'll do it. But like I said, it doesn't benefit me in any way. The point of the stream is not to make money on the stream. It is to create a YouTube video. To do that, I need to have a chat with a good vibe. Adding a YouTube stream does not give me any new chatters because I can't, it doesn't, do you understand? It's useless. It doesn't. And YouTube chat is likely to be worse vibes. So it doesn't, what do I get out of it? Nada. Hey, Atrioc, it's been the same amount of time since you started. I'm not going to beat Elden Ring DLC. Probably. Just, if that's your question, the answer is probably no. And if I do, it'll be off stream. I'll just fucking play it one weekend. Maybe I'll record it and upload it. It's just not, after Mesmer, the next two bosses weren't that fun, and then I got bored. And then at that point, I was like, then I lost my fucking fire for it. That'll be my Nebula. Dude, I signed a contract with Nebula and I upload paywalled Elden Ring DLC VODs. That would be fire. That would be fucking fire, dude. To really learn on Nebula and just me fucking molding. All right, deal. That's what we'll do. Have you ever explained QE? Oh, you mean quantitative easing? A nice way of saying money printing? Sounds really good when you say it like that. Quantitative easing. Oh, we're just easing the numbers. It's so easy. Quantitative easing is this. Just this, it's worth understanding. We started doing it after 2008. Quantitative easing is this. When the government needs money, let's say to bail out a bank or to buy a tank. I'm a poet, I didn't even know it. The government, this is the White House. Oh my God, it's way, way too thick. This is the White House. Okay, well, it's not very good, okay? When the White House needs money to buy something, let's say it's a tank or bail out a bank, and they don't have it from taxes, they borrow it, okay? They borrow it. So it's an IOU. IOU. And they issue this IOU, and they say, who wants to buy our IOU? Quantitative easing is getting your friend, Jerome Powell, in the Treasury. I can't draw a printer. This is a money printer. Print. To print out a bunch of dollars and buy the IOU. Oh, you can't even see it. Print. Here's the deal. Actually, I'll probably explain it even simpler. I'll explain it even simpler. The government wants to buy something it can't afford yet. If they print the money, this is the printer. This is the printer right here. The printer is me. You can see on there. If they print the money, that's bad. That causes inflation. Nobody wants that. If you just print the money and buy the tank, print the money and bail the bank, it's bad. Inflation. Nobody wants that. However, they invented something called QE, quantitative easing, that says if we put out an IOU and have them print the money and buy the IOU, that's not printing money. That's not inflation. That's fine. Then it's fine. Then it's good. Then no, that's fine. You put a step in between. IOU. I'm not kidding. This is what quantitative easing is. And in practice, it actually sort of does work. They just kind of fucking tried it. And in the post-2008 era, for the next fucking 2 decades, they did quantitative easing insanely. Money supply drastically increased, but we didn't see regular goods go up in price. What we saw was asset price inflation. So somehow, because these bonds are owned by banks and rich people and are tied up in, wealth management funds, all this new money that gets printed seems to just go into assets. It goes into stocks and it goes into housing prices and it goes into, it's inflation in everything but goods. So this is what we've had. And this is how we've been able to ignore inflation while printing obscene amounts of money for so long, is they've been doing it through QE, and it's just been hiding in everything that isn't groceries. It's just assets. Land, homes, general real estate, and generally stocks. So, good question. You've literally drawn this in paint before with the same example of buying the tank? Well, why would I change my example if that's what works, huh? Riddle me that, and Dizzle. And I'm sure someone here saw it for the first time. Hey, How many months till I start growing glizzy fingers? Here is some good news for you. Thank you for your 10 months. You don't. I don't have them, as you can see here. And you're not going to have them because subscribing to me does not somehow increase the size of your fingers. So I'm up even more on my Pelosi trade. How much is it up? Bro, Tempest AI hit $50 today. I got it at 35. That's so fucking crazy. The Pelosi effect, folks. Nancy Pelosi. That means I'm 100% winning. Obviously, there's 363 more days left to this competition, but I'm currently, I got to be commandingly in the lead. I made one of these charts, but it has so many stocks on it that it's useless. Look, I mean, I put everyone on here to show all the fucking but it's useless. Well, it's completely indecipherable. All I can tell is that Tem and Oklo are leading. And Trump is down. That's all I can see. All I can see on this chart is that Trump is down. Maybe I can like put it like this so you guys can see. Oklo, no, it's fucking up when you don't do it like this. It's Tem at the top and Oklo at the bottom. Maybe with more data, it'll look better. I'm sure DuckDuck's making an actual good website. Oh, he's got one right here. Wait, someone linked it. Wait, Aiden's winning? No, it doesn't. Wait, I'm winning. I have made $665 since the start of this competition. It's that easy, folks. Money is literally free. There's no downside and no risk. I recorded a PSA today, actually, because we're doing a video on this. I recorded a PSA for the beginning where I say, it shows a clip of every one of the 5 streamers being extremely stupid. My clip is the Paper Mario clip. And it's like, PSA, everyone here is dumb as shit. This is not financial advice. I think it's going to be a great opener to the video. Trump pardoned the Silk Road creator today. Yeah, he pardoned a lot of people. Pardoned her from Jan 6 too. You know what would have been the perfect crime? It would have been brilliant is if you committed a bunch of crimes on the same day or right before you then assaulted the Capitol on January 6th. And then later you get a presidential pardon because of the Jan 6th assault, thus striking your whole record. Yeah, like rob a bank, bury the loot, assault the Capitol. Genius. And then you have to do maybe a year in jail. That's what Squeaks did. Squeaks laughing all the way to the bank as he goes and fucking gets his January 6th pardon and digs up the buried treasure. Fuck. That's what I would have did. Yeah. Did you see Joe? You know who didn't get pardoned? Joe Exotic. The Tiger King himself. President Trump, you forgot me again. Dude posted it like an anime. That's such a crazy thing to post. That's fucking wild. That's goofy awe, I must say. That is goofy awe. My company recently sent out a very anti-union email to all employees. There's an active union effort. Any tips on how to handle that? We're talking to coworkers, managers. You should talk to someone who's actively gone through that problem and dealt with it, or look that up. I don't want to give you advice that is ill-advised. You should talk to Haley Welch. You should talk to Haley Welch on her podcast. She could use the help. I think she's in a bad spot. You guys could use the help. No, I don't want to give you misaligned advice. So I would say you got to research on that one. It's important. That's an important thing to do. What you're doing is important and valuable, and I wish you good luck on it. It's crazy. I mean, like Amazon was getting union efforts in Quebec, Canada. So they just shut down 7 Amazon warehouses. I believe that just happened like today. Amazon Canada warehouse. Yeah, I nailed it actually. Amazon shut down all 7 of its warehouses in Quebec because they were unionizing. Just fucking crazy. Insane fucking... This company is so anti-union, it's fucking insane. Like it says, we don't think unions are the best option, but you have the right to join one. And the second you join one, they fucking shut down the whole warehouse. They would rather not make money than have to give any of it to their employees. And it's because they're so afraid it'll spread. The real thing they're afraid of is that they do it in Canada and it works. That everything runs fine, but the employees get paid a little higher share. Then other people will be like, oh, it worked in Canada, we can do it. They're just desperately afraid of even one successful example because it'll spread like wildfire. So they are trying to cut off the limbs. You should fill your Amazon shopping cart with multiple copies of How to Start a Union for Dummies. This is true resistance. Holy fuck, we'll get him now. Holy fuck, Jeff Bezos is quaking in his boots as we all spend more time on Amazon to... Jeff Bezos, tear rolling down his face. No. Half of you probably accidentally buy it. They get a ton of money selling you the same book 40 times. I don't think that's the greatest plan to knock old Jeffy B down a peg. Hey, Big A, I heard someone talk about how Trump's tariffs are good for the U.S. long term, since the American market is big enough that foreign manufacturing will quickly seek to invest in U.S. factories to get around them. That's a theory. Here's the thing. In the short term, you can agree, right? It drives up prices massively, and everything will suck for a while. And if you're saying these companies are so afraid of the tariffs that they eventually have to build manufacturing in America, it's a real theory. However, because America is expensive to do that in, they will do it kicking and screaming and try every other route. And historically, that's what actually happens. So realistically, if Trump tariffs China, they will transship it through Thailand or Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? They will put a different flag on it, if they tariff Mexico, it'll go through somewhere else. Do you understand? Whatever country gets the tariff you will suddenly see a surge of exports from a nearby country that isn't tariffed. And you can tariff them, but then it's like a game of whack-a-mole. And realistically, you're never going to get them to just build a bunch of factories in America because that's expensive and painful and not economically aligned. So I will just tell you that it's been tried before. Again, the last time we had a ton of tariffs was like 1929. It's like the beginning of the Great Depression. Fucking Smoot-Hawley. And they tried it, and they had a lot of similar theories, and it didn't work. Okay? So I'm just telling you that I don't think it's going to work this time. It's not because of Trump derangement syndrome, okay? It's because I just fucking have eyes and ears and can see and think and fucking follow a logic path. I don't think it's going to work. However, here's my fucking dark branded mode. Glasses on. I won the tariff. Fucking go for it. Fucking go for it. Go for it, big dog. I'm rich. It's not going to affect me. Everyone else is going to get pissed as fuck. And then we can get some change around here. I say fucking go for it. Put a fucking 100% tariff on everyone. Fucking go big, go home. And then everyone can see and we can stop talking about it for another 100 years like we did last time. It's fucking fourth turning shit. People got to learn the lesson. You got to try it so people can see it doesn't solve all our problems and end income tax and fund our government. And try it. Go for it. I'm down. I'm not a fucking... I'll put on a MAGA hat. Fucking go. Tariff. But everyone else is going to be pissed. I'll be honest with you. I promise you. When you start noticing, I mean, Canada's talking about it like a war. Canada's, they're like uniting. They're doing Canada is not for sale hats and promising billions in counter tariffs on America. So not only do the tariff costs of our tariffs get passed on to us, but then they're putting tariffs up on. It's going to be bad. It's just, there's no way it's like, oh, grocery prices went down. Now, to be clear, Canada is a small fucking country. I'm sorry, Canadians. It's noble and it's brave what they're doing, but on net, they will lose this trade war. It's going to be brutal for Canada. The Canadian dollar is already getting hammered in anticipation of these tariffs. But it's a lose-lose. They'll lose more, but it's not like we're winning for their... It's just, you know, it's a race to the bottom. Is what I would say if I didn't have my MAGA hat ready to go on. Mr. Atrioc, as a Canadian, I think we go down swinging and I didn't hear no bell. Holy shit, the first base Canadian? God damn. God damn. That's a spirit. Good luck, brother. He repealed Executive Order 11246, which establishes requirements for non-discrimination when hiring and employment. Great, because I wanted to fire all my editors and replace them with white men. Thank fucking God. I've been trying to do it forever. Now I can finally do it. I am firing all my editors and getting only white dudes. White people no longer oppressed, finally. All Canada needs to do is accelerate global warming and move that breadbasket up. They love the smell of big old trucks in Canada. What a base strategy. Just start spraying fucking aerosol cannons in the air and slowly the fucking heartland of America growing area will move north. And all of a sudden, all of our fucking food will come from Canada and they'll have all the power. Holy shit, it's genius. Mhm. But then we get all the avocados, so net gain for America. Yeah, I guess Mexico will get fucked, huh? Okay, this is funny, but why don't countries like Russia, Canada, or Norway or something, countries that could gain from this, actually do this? Okay, obviously, it's, it's an oversimplification. That you would just get only the good parts, which is a possibly a better growing season, and none of the bad parts would be extreme weather events, massive global disruption and migration, you know, economic and climate disasters. I'm sure it's not a fucking 1-to-1 easy trade-off all good. Can you do a tier list of countries America should annex? I've always thought that we would get along well, straight up get along well with Australia. I'll say it. Caught. This is not even like an annex thing, not even like a war thing. I straight up think in a different world, Australia and America. Australia just already feels like an American state with its own culture. It feels like more fun Texas. I'm sorry, it does. It feels like it's like Texas with a twist. And I think we would get along quite well. In fact, I think it would be better for America if we sawed off Texas, turned it into an island, floated it out to where Australia is, and then floated Australia into the Texas slot. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that'd be kind of cool. No one even notices. Like, was there a kangaroo here before? Was there a kangaroo in Dallas before? I don't remember. When did Ted Cruz start talking like that? That would be so expensive, Atrioc. No. I watched a video on MMT today. We can do it. There is no amount of money we can't print because every deficit for the government is a surplus for the private sector. So, naturally, the logical conclusion is that we should print infinite trillions of dollars, and it means we'll create infinite wealth. It worked for the Romans when they diluted the value of their gold coins to create more of them. It made everybody wealthier, and there was no societal or economic collapse. You say this jokingly, but it's literally so facts. I am saying it jokingly because it's not literally so facts. It's not. Instead of the Gulf of America, they should rename it to the Gulf of Atrioc. Notice how I used your regular name instead of Glizzy or Coffee Cow. Am I a good chatter? I only started yesterday. You have been subscribed for 34 months. You have 1,000+ messages. What is this fucking role play that you're doing? Is that a yes? Yeah, it's fine, I guess. Always a good time to turn over a new leaf, you know? My AP Econ teacher from a few years ago says there's an intelligent economic explanation for how the debt doesn't matter, but he didn't understand it well enough to explain / didn't believe it. I know there's a combination of words I could say that'll make you think it's not a problem, but I don't know them. But it exists. Dude, I swear to God, this is how people argue nowadays. And you guys are guilty of this too, and I'll be honest with you, I've been guilty of it. I think everybody argues now the way you argue with, well, you don't have a girlfriend, but if you had a girlfriend, this is how you argue with them. They argue like this. They have a point already, and then someone will say something that disagrees with you, and then they are using Google not to find the right answer, but to find the one thing on the internet that agrees with their initial point. And then, without even understanding what they're copy pasting, they are just fucking. People do this with ChatGPT now too, but the same idea is like, it's not like, oh, we have a disagreement, let's find the solution. It's because the internet has every viewpoint, there'll be something for it. No matter what your viewpoint is, there'll be something on the internet that's like, I agree with you. People just find that. They're trying to find the one thing. It's useless. There's no point to that. It's just two people searching for things they haven't read that they can post that already. It's foolish, I would say. It would be ghoulish. My professor said something that's very similar to something you said about economics and politics, and I thought about how it's a good thing I watch Atrioc so that I understand what he's saying. But you didn't understand what he's saying. You said something. I feel like you didn't listen to him or me. You just remembered some of the words matched. And you're like, well, I must be pretty close because I watched. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I appreciate what you're saying, but it sounds to me like you didn't. You didn't come away with any knowledge either place. So that's, no. I will say, I've been feeling fucking high on my own supply lately because I've been watching things, and I just realized that I have now got the same media diet of the people I am learning from. That's what I've realized. Like, I'm watching so many things lately where the person is saying something that I've already read, and I'm like, I know where you got that from. I have now I'm reading the same Substacks you are. I'm listening to the same hedge fund podcasts. I am where I know what you're quoting. Stop eating media. What I do is I print it out and then I take a fork and knife and that's how you get the knowledge in your brain. Hey, largely, thank you for the 23 months. Thank you for the 23 months. Atrioc, did you hear LVMH is in hot water for the Olympic medals? I feel like this was a story 8 months ago. Am I crazy? Is there anything new? That doesn't seem recent. They're rusting? Oh, this is new. It's a different controversy. The metals are already rusty? Dude, what the fuck? Did they cheap on them? Gold can't rust. So what the fuck did you put in there? The whole point of gold is it doesn't corrode. It doesn't rust. It's copper? The shoddy quality of the metals. Dude, that's fucked up. Why are you cheaping out on Olympic medals? If that's one thing we could put the real metal into, that's crazy. What a small amount of money to save. Speaking of which, oh, what a perfect segue into my next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you are a God-fearing American. Okay? Who loves our money, our greenback. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My hand's up, I'll tell you that. And occasionally, I don't just use the dollar. I use the 25-cent quarter or the 5-cent nickel, or in some cases, the 1-cent penny. But guess what? Our fearless leader of Doge, Elon Musk, has figured out a way to solve our national debt. He's going to get rid of the penny. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! The penny is gone! Genius! Doge posted today that one of their first acts is looking into the inefficiency of the penny. And I pulled some numbers for you. So we spend 3 cents to make a penny, but the penny is only worth 1 cent. It's a 2-cent loss. It's not good. And because we make a lot of pennies every year, it adds up to an astronomical sum of money. How much money do you think that we waste making pennies every year? That's right. $300 trillion. We're saved. The second we cut this. No. Turns out it's 89 million. $89 million. Now, that's a lot of money to you or I. Not necessarily to XQC, it's less than his contract. But it's not necessarily enough to make a dent in our yearly government spending, let alone our national debt. However, while you expect me to, I don't know, be mad about it, I'm not. I think it's a good idea. It's fine. Nobody uses the penny. In fact, I looked into it. Only 16% of payments nowadays, all payments are in cash, and that includes dollars. So of those, very few use the penny. And after years of inflation, the penny's almost useless, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like $1 is barely worth anything anymore, let alone a fucking penny. There's no point to it. It's like trying to have a $10 bill in Zimbabwe when they have $100 trillion You know what I'm saying? A penny's not going to matter. So I think we should get rid of it. The reason it costs so much is because the penny is not made of copper like it used to be. It's made of zinc to save money. However, in recent years, the price of zinc has soared. And so now pennies are more than they should cost. And so the options are either to make it out of something else or get rid of it altogether. I think they should get rid of it. It's not a big deal. I think it's actually a fine thing for Doge to do. What scares me is that this is one of Doge's first big announcements. And it seems to me that my theory that they're just going to pick and choose random little ticky-tacky bullshit things to seem like they're doing a good job holds true. Again, as I've mentioned, the big things to cut are like military, Social Security, Medicare, military. To put it into perspective, let's put it into perspective here. 89 million is what you save from doing this. Roughly 89 million. Recently, this is a few years back, but I'm going to give an example. The United States military, which loves money. They fucking love money. They'll always take money, almost always take money. They went to Congress and said, hey, we actually don't need any more money for new tanks. We have a lot of new tanks. All of our tanks are less than 2 years old. We don't need new tanks. And you know what Congress said? They said you get $125 million for new tanks this year, and you have to spend it. Because we want to keep these tank production factories in certain key states that voted for it. We want the jobs, we want the production, we want the fucking money. Okay? So understand this is like $120 million to make tanks that will not be used. To M1 Abrams tanks that will not be used. There's literally, they will go into a fucking military oversupply. There's no use. The generals asked to not receive them. This is one tiny small fraction of what is a $1 trillion unaccounted for budget of the military. If we can't cut spending here, this will not matter. This will not matter, is what I'm trying to, that's all I want to say. I want to reiterate this. And that is why, while I agree with the fundamental idea behind Doge, I find the people behind it and its mission and the power it's been given to be stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's not going to work. That's the main thing. But anyway, that's the penny thing. Pennies will probably be gone as a PR stunt. How much do you think is possible to cut from the military? Being realistic? A lot. I mean, you could probably, if there was no political concerns, if it was just about efficiency, you could cut, I think, I'm not kidding, 70% of military spending, and I'm without even losing functionality. If it was efficient, if you had a new military, like if you started from square one and you built it with competent people trying to be most efficient with their money, you could cut 70%. Do you know the military, the DOD, Department of Defense, employs, I'm going to get this number. It's a rough estimate number. I believe it is, this sounds so crazy. I have to check again. Let me check. Oh, it's going to be tough to find again. Dude, I believe it's 200,000 people just on land management. Like managing the buildings and the fucking, all the things that the Department of Defense owns. Land management. This is not like active duty troops. This is like managing and servicing buildings that they own, maintenance and it's 200,000 plus people. There's so much rot, and so much of the money that goes to the military passes through the military and goes to a military contractor, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman et al. And those people drastically overcharge because they know it's a fucking big suckling pig they can just squeeze. They know they can get as much as they want. They can charge you $70,000 for a fucking nut. You know what I'm saying? Get a prostitute at that point. It's useless. It's useless. So I think that is a great place to start, but it's like politically impossible because if you say you're going to cut military spending, people think, oh, you're going to make us weak. America's going to be so weak. Dude, we're weak because of the spending. The spending is making us fat and bloated and useless. We can't make bullets. We can spend hundreds of millions of dollars and have 10-year overruns and endless budgets and no constraint on making a plane that doesn't even solve the problem that we need to solve, and we can't get bullets made fast and efficiently. It's, listen, there's a certain class of people, Americans, all of them, there's a certain class of Americans that really, really loves LARPing about how great and strong our military is. It's like one of their favorite things. They like to get on Reddit and just talk about imagining America winning a fight or something. It makes them feel so good. And I just wish they understood how corrupted it, how rotted it is. As someone who grew up in military bases my whole life, I've seen the weight. I've seen the budgetary overrun. It's not good. And I love my country and I want my country to have a strong military and whatever. I'm fine with that, but it's not now. It's not. I'm not saying it's weak. We have a lot of expensive stuff. We have nukes, but it is drastically weaker than it was in previous era. I mean, we've gotten more inefficient over time. We've gotten more wasteful. We've gotten more unable to respond to real things. Our drone supply chain is not good, and drones are like the most important thing in modern war. I didn't read this book. I skimmed this book on a chapter that I heard recommended. Dude. Ari did a really nice thing for me and reorganized my bookshelf, but I don't know where anything is anymore. I had a system. And the system was I remembered the cover and where I put it. And now she organized it by like color, and I have no fucking idea where anything is. I'm like, that's annoying. I can't fucking find anything anymore. Like, and she also, whatever. I'm complaining about a really nice thing. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, it's like look, there's a bunch of books with white covers, and then black, yellow, red, blue. She like organized it by color, and it's like it looks cooler. But it doesn't help me find anything. Yeah, she gave me a more aesthetic stream background. It's very book talk coded. That's actually fucking based. I can't wait to be on book talk. I do alphabetical and mine's ugly as fuck. Yeah, I think it looks nice. It's mostly a stream prop. I read the books already. But sometimes it's useful to find them. In this case, I would like to open that chapter and read something, but I can't find it. Anyway, it was called Modern War. Not Modern Warfare Call of Duty. It was actually called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It's a book. I read it when I was reading about Russia, Ukraine, trying to learn more, and some fucking general wrote about how war was changing in the digital era. How much of the military budget could you cut without eliminating too many jobs? You could cut. Oh, that's a interesting question. What I would tell you is this. Right now, the government spends $7 trillion, $6 trillion more than it makes, more than it takes in. If you cut that down to a more reasonable deficit, you will lose some jobs somewhere because that money sloshing around isn't creating employment. So there will be jobs lost that have to then be offset with gains in actual productive private sector. I don't think there's a world you can cut that money and not see some job loss in the short term. So I think there would be. However, I think a lot of it is just the private sector overcharging and fat. I mean, I think the military should get good at making the things and not just contracting it out. Yeah, it'd be better. But Atrioc had a friend whose job was to refurbish military planes. They had to replace parts and paint, which cost more than the plane in the end. Yeah, they can just charge what they want because nobody cares. When the purse strings are the government and the government is printing money and nobody has any incentive to like, hey, let's check the cost here. In fact, it's the opposite. In the military, and this is a fact, in the military, if it's coming up on the end of the year and you haven't spent all your budget, you are demanded by those around you, by your superiors, by everyone, to waste money. You must waste money or you will lose that budget. You have to spend it. Like at the end of the year, in military bases across the world, they'll buy things. They'll buy fucking brand new gear they don't need. They will, in Germany, famously when I was on there for the military base we had there, they would fly planes in circles to burn jet fuel. They would fly planes in circles to burn jet fuel because they needed to. Here, you want to explain it? I'll explain it. I'll explain it to you. Very simply. Let's say you are the commander of the 606th Air Control Squadron, as my dad once was. 606th Air Control Squadron. Okay? and you are given a budget of this much. Okay? Wait, there it is. This is how much budget you're given. Okay? You're given $1,000. It's way more than that, but like imagine it's $1,000. $1,000. Okay, if by November you have spent $500, you've been super efficient. You're a great leader. You save money. You're looking to save the government money. Okay, you only spend $500. Then at the end of the year, they go, "Oh wow, I guess you only needed $500." And so next year, your budget is $500. They cut your budget because they're like, "Well, you didn't need this. We can use it somewhere else." Do you understand? And so the incentive, if you don't want your budget to get cut, is in the last few months, is you got to spend like crazy to get up to right here. So at the very least, you don't get it cut. Sometimes you want to spend even more and be like, listen, we didn't have enough. We needed more budget next year. And that's how you get promoted in the military, because now you're in charge of a bigger budget. Now you're a better leader because you're in charge of more money and stuff. It's a terrible system. It's a poor incentivized. Office clip. Let's see. Oh my God. Zoomer's demanding an office clip. Explain. Thank you, Oscar. You should stream. Have you... What vape do you recommend? Really? That's what you came in here to say? You showed up to my chat and thought this guy will give me a good recommendation for a vape? What the fuck are you talking? I don't vape. I'm not. Does the vape itself even really matter? Am I crazy? Isn't it like the pack you put in it? Isn't it the flavor of the pod? The amount of microplastics can differ. Oh, they're all disposable. I see. So you got to get... Yeah, I recommend Elf Bar then. That's me. I guess I'm an Elf Bar guy. Always have been, always will be. A man of class. Bro, Elf Bars are dead? Nah, we're bringing them back. Real men stay with Elf Bar. We don't fucking jump ship just because a new shiny brand shows up. Call me Will Ferrell the way I'm smoking that elf. Hey, Shrug, thoughts on Quebec pulling out of Amazon pulling out of Quebec as unions? Damn, I wonder if we just talked about that 5 minutes ago. Damn, I wonder if that topic was literally discussed, not but 5 minutes ago. Year of Kindness? Yeah, well, I talked about it. Go, you can rewind. Talked about it. Yeah. Hey, yeah, sure, can you explain Kiwi? Okay. Wait. One more news story. I have one more news story to talk about, and then I have something pretty funny to show you that I'm a little embarrassed about. But I will show it to you in a second. The second thing is that somebody mentioned that Trump has tasked someone to solve the war in Ukraine in 100 days. And there's obviously some motion going on that. And everyone, all sides, Ukraine, America, and Russia, are trying to project strength. Trump put out a pretty wild tweet. Wonder if I can find it. Let's see. It wasn't a tweet. It was a truth. Truth Social Trump. He said, damn, he tweets so much. Here it is. I'm not looking to hurt Russia. I love the Russian people, and I've always had a very good relationship with President Putin. And this despite the radical left's Russia, Russia, Russia hoax. We must never forget that Russia helped us win the Second World War, losing almost 60 million lives in the process. True. All of that being said, I'm going to do Russia, whose economy is failing, and President Putin a very big favor. Settle now and stop this ridiculous war. It's only gonna get worse. If we don't make a, quote, deal, and soon, I'll have no other choice but to put high levels of taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on anything being sold by Russia to the United States and various other participating countries. Let's get this war, which never would have started if I were president, over with. We can do it the easy way or the hard way, and the easy way is always better. It's time to, quote, make a deal. No more lives should be lost. Okay. Diplomacy via tweet is interesting. I'm of the opinion that we will get a deal this year. This, I don't think, is very effective. We already are sanctioning Russia highly, and they have diverted all of their sales to China, essentially, and to other countries that then sell to India, which then sells to Europe. Like, a couple countries have gotten in the middle and become middlemen, and it just roundabouts. But I don't think this is gonna. This is not like a threat to Putin. However, I do want to say, as much strength as Putin attempts to project, I think there's more and more growing evidence that Russia's wartime economy is poor. It's caused some severe strain. They've lost men, working age men. Again, in this era of everyone needing population, needing working age people, terrible thing to do. And there's some truth to it. You know, it's hard to tell the numbers. You can't fucking tell. But they did satellite photos. Do I have this article? Russia satellite. So some economists in Sweden have been comparing Russia's photos via satellite from before the war to now. Again, it's not a great comparison. They obviously have a bigger, deeper data. But the idea is that this is a good measure of an economy's health, and it's noticeably dimmer. There are fewer nexuses of lights. It looks the same to me. I can't fucking see a difference, but according to their study, there's been a steady, it could be like a 17% drop or whatever, drop in lights around major metros in Russia, indicating a rougher time for the economy than they let on. Now, this could all be fucking mumbo jumbo. I don't know, but I thought it was worth talking about. It was interesting. They got more conscious about light pollution. Yeah, maybe Sweden should have thought that Putin wanted to see the stars. You ever thought about that? Maybe Putin wants to look at the Big Dipper and told everybody to hit the lights. Obviously, the only place this has actually worked in my mind is the North Korea-South Korea divide, where you can just see like massive lights in South Korea and no lights in North Korea, and it's obvious their economy is non-existent. But it's hard to tell when it's like a small percent change. But it could mean something. Anyway, obviously there's more signs of stress than that. There's people locking up and stealing butter. There's train derailments every third week. There's a lot of problems in Russia's economy. So I think there is more of a push on the Russian side to like get this over with, to find a way to end it. The problems are becoming apparent. That was interesting. That was interesting. It could be all an ego battle, but there's real battling happening to people with people dying. So hopefully something gets figured out. Now, I want to tell you something else, and I'm a little embarrassed by this. So when Ari was organizing all the books and cleaning this bookshelf and, redesigning this whole stream room, she found something. She found a journal of mine. And this journal was not from the past 3 years, not the past 5 years, not the past 10 years, not the past 20 years. She found a journal of mine from 5th grade in, I believe, the year 1999, 2000, 2001. One of these. 2001, possibly. And when I walked in, she was, first of all, you see someone's journal, you should ask them. She just opens it. She's reading it and she's laughing at it, okay? She's fucking cracking up. I don't know if that's cool. The problem is I'm afraid to show you this journal because even the cover could be used to mock me. I'm holding it right now. This is my journal from 5th grade. This is my 5th grade journal where I, a young millennial, wrote my thoughts about the world, life, and time. It has, I've kept a lot of things in this journal over the years, I guess. There was a, there was a note that was hidden in here from my high school girlfriend, who again also found this journal. I don't even remember if I saw this note. Happy anniversary, baby. Has it really been a year already? Wow, I feel it hasn't been that long because you always make things go by faster, heart. I don't know if I told you, but every time you call or come over, I act like a little girl, or as Janet says, and then it's scribbled. Maybe it's a good thing. He he he. Oh, and I prefer your bear hug more than any other hug I get from any other person. I love you. Way too fast, Jen. Way too fucking fast, you harlots. We've only been together a year. A love? We're in high school. Doxed? Fake name. Fake name to preserve her anonymity. Anyway, I don't think I ever read that. I'm not sure I did because this was hidden in there, and I think she hid these in all my books. My whole fucking bookshelf. Anyway, so that's the part that that's not a bad part for me. Rizzler. I had a girlfriend. How about that? That's not the bad part. Now let's read what I actually wrote in 5th grade. This journal belongs to Brandon M. Ewing. And I wrote a line and said name. And a star. And a star. I wrote down my Amazon.com gift certificate. And I also drew another star. Basically, all I could draw were stars. I wrote down literally the code. If you want to try and copy it, maybe you can get a free Amazon.com gift certificate. A satanic pentagram? No, that's not what it is. Okay, and then on the third page, I did today's drawing. I labeled it. Today's drawing, colon, a big gun shooting down a big missile plane. The wing is exploding. That's it. It's a gun shooting down a big missile plane. The wing is exploding. And I labeled it and I... What the fuck? All right. And the next page, list of movies that I like the most. And I specify VHS. Fucking old as shit on death's door. List of movies I like the most on VHS. Number 1, The Matrix. Number 2, Gone in 60 Seconds. Number 3, Men in Black. Number 4, Star Wars, all episodes. Number 5, Pokemon movies. I was way too young to watch The Matrix. That's for fucking sure. Anyway, fire list. I'll be honest with you. I still stand by this. What a fire fucking list. I had good taste from the minute one. List of favorite websites. This is the early days of the internet. List of favorite websites. Number 1, ebay.com. Number 2, yahoo.com. Number 3, amazon.com. Number 4, versusbooks.com. Number 5, pojo.com. I think this is a Pokemon website. Number 6, gameshark.com. Number 7, pokemon.com. Number 8, cheatcity.com. Number 9, tipsandtricks.com. And number 10, wizards.com/Pokemon. It's just a little fucking Pokemon kid. This is when I had dial-up internet, by the way. Okay. Then, I already had a Sigma grind set from day one. I wrote down my daily morning routine in 5th grade. What the fuck kind of cooked-ass 5th grader? Daily morning routine? What am I fucking doing? Item number 1, wake up. Number 2, get dressed. Number 3, eat breakfast. Number 4, brush teeth. Number 5, put my shoes on. Number 6, play video games with the time left. That's it. That's the fucking... Why the fuck did I write that? Literally, why the fuck did I write that? The next page is a tally of all the days I've been in 5th grade. There's 3 tally marks on there, which is the day I gave up writing in this journal. This whole journal was done in 3 days. Next pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. However, there's some secret messages in here where I just sort of jumped back in, I guess, weeks or months later and just grabbed a random page to hide my thoughts. And this one, I wrote, my dad is so mean. He's yelling and cussing about how he hates our house, but I never see him picking up a damn single thing. He was screaming at me to pick up stuff that wasn't even mine. Holy fuck. This will have to... Next time my dad's on stream, remind me. We need to talk about this. What a piece of shit, dude. That's not even mine, and I have to pick it up? Jesus Christ. Crawling in my skin. These words, they will not heal. Then I drew a tank blowing up my school. I mean, I assume it's my school. It doesn't say school on it, but hey, babe, just going through that journal you found.
My mom found it.
Well, it's quite entertaining. I will say that. I do have a lot of drawings of tanks and planes and guns. Something of an artist, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyway, then most of these are blank. Most of these are blank. And then I drew a photo of a plane attacking the Death Star with a bunch of TIE fighters. And you can see I was a really good artist. That's pretty badass. And then I drew the BSF bombing a city. The BSF, I believe, was the Brandon Space Force. Is, again, I guess not a great thing to do. But the Brandon Space Force was bombing a city. Then, because I was playing the game Empire Earth a lot at the time, it's a picture of a medieval castle and knights, and I have a military jet plane, and I'm attacking them. And they can't beat me because they're on the ground with swords, and I have a jet plane because I am more technologically advanced. Okay, this part. This part. I invented the secret code to enter my base. Cobb Ross. I don't know what that means. It's like Bob Ross? I don't know. Cobb Ross is the secret code to enter my base. At this point in the journal, I was playing a lot of Star Fox 64. So, I started to draw my own Star Fox 64 map where I created my own planets. These have really, really good names. Let me tell you some of them. There's a planet with lava on it. I called it Volcania. There's a planet with ice on it. I called it Coldy Ice. There's a planet with a big city on it. I called it Megaopolis. Basically my movie. There's a planet with water on it. I called it Ogweus. That's just good. There's a planet with a big sun. I called it Solarax. There's a planet with a bunch of gas and smoke on it. I called it Toxic, which Britney Spears stole from me for her song. And then the main planet is called Vortox, because that's cool. Yeah, I had no notes. This is perfect. I wouldn't change this today. I wouldn't change this today. That's just good. That's just fucking cinema. There's actually no problems there. And then finally, on the last page, I made a secret code. In case someone ever found my journal, I had a plan that I was going to write everything in a secret code. But I included the translation of the code here. And it turns out that all of the translation is just I would write the letter and then add shit to it. Okay? Anyway, there's a secret message here. I don't know if you guys can figure it out, but I spent some time today figuring it out. The secret message says, "This message is a waste." So 26 years later, I wasted my own time. And that's the end of the journal. It really was a remarkable sign of a beautiful mind. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There's one more page. There's one more page. This one says top secret. I shouldn't even tell you this. But if you guys want to make life-changing money, I have a top secret page for you. Top secret. My money is hidden inside the children's Bible on page 209. The total amount of the money is $90. If you can find the children's Bible in Germany, when I was in Germany when I wrote this, It would be on Geilenkirchen Air Force Base, Germany. I hid $90. It's the One Piece. If only I'd taken that money and bought NVIDIA stock in 2001, I could have some real money today. And that's my journal. It is something that historians will probably study for generations to see what a great early upbringing I had. You know what I'm saying? What a brilliant mind what a thinker I was from an early age. Yeah, this was pretty embarrassing for me today. And I was reading it with Ari and kind of cracking up. And then we have some IDs from different places. Why didn't you invest in Amazon? I guess I was just a darn fool. Too busy on my morning routine. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da. Too busy on eBay.com, my number one website. Well, I didn't have any money. I don't know why I spent all my time on eBay.com. I think I remember I was constantly trying to sell my Pokemon cards. I had $90, you're right, but I was constantly trying to get on eBay and sell my Pokemon cards. And I remember this specifically. I put my Arcanine on there, and I was like, I'll put it on there for $20 because it's such a cool card. And then later, I kept checking it every day. After school, I would check every day, and there was like no bids. No bids, no bids, no bids, no bids, no bids. It's just a regular fucking Arcanine. And then one day, my dad sat me down, and he's like, hey, son, I don't know much about this stuff, but I looked on eBay, and there's hundreds of Arcanines for sale for like 13 cents. So realistically, nobody's going to buy your car. And I remember being crushed. He really broke my spirit with that one. Should have kept trying. If I held on to it today, maybe it would have been worth something. Pokemon cards are crazy nowadays. Ludwig is playing and ranking Get to Work. If he doesn't rank it S tier, we are done professionally. If he doesn't rank this game fucking S tier,
jump.
We are fucking
Excellent.
done
Literally
professionally.
No problem with that whatsoever.
If he doesn't rank it S tier, I'm stealing another $3 million from Off-Brand, and that's on God. I am yoinking $3 million out of his bank account directly. He's not even close to the ending of this. I'll have to come back. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. When are you doing that section? I don't know. Maybe DLC. Did Doug get the stock website up yet? Yeah, it's up. It's dougdoug.com/stocks. And it is live. And you can see that currently Big A is in the lead. However, I've lost money on both Coca-Cola and Albertsons, so it's time to panic sell. Damn, Tempest made me so much fucking money. That's so funny. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. Invest in Arcanines? I wish I could buy this. Stands is close? Yeah, Oklo. Year of Nuclear, baby. The Year of Nuclear. He picked a nuclear company. Nuclear might end up being a great investment this year. There's so much buzz. So many countries are like, wait a minute, we got to fucking get back on this train. Dude, I felt
Someone
proud.
in chat said 1,000 will get your attention.
With that being said, hello Brandon, my workplace just announced that they are now 100% ESOP starting the 1st of January 2024, and they insist it is a win-slash-win scenario with only the owners having risk. Can you explain what a ESOP is?
What is ESOP? I don't know what you... You spent 1,000 on that? 1,000 bits or 1,000? 1,000 bits. 100% ESOP. Is ESOP like ESPP? I don't know. Oh, employee stock ownership plan. Yeah. It's like ESPP. Okay. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's generally a way to get stock in a company you work for at a discount. It's awesome. At NVIDIA, they had it was 15% cheaper than the cheapest price of the last 6 months. Do you know how fucking amazing that is? You can buy... So if like NVIDIA stock was $100 6 months ago and it's $600 now, you get to buy it at fucking 85 now. That's, you know how crazy that is? Yeah, it was fucking wild. So, but what I would say is if they give you a discount, you should always buy it. But most people should just sell it. Unless you are strongly confident your company will fucking moon.
Come to China, you will be safe and allowed to keep saying your opinions.
I will be safe in China. I'm going to go to China this year because I think like I'm critical of a lot of things in China and Xi Jinping. I think people have gotten a totally whacked out view of what actually boots on the ground life of China is like. I've joked about it, but I think people have fed into it too much. It will be very easy for me to go to China, and I'm going to go to China and travel around. If I walk around the street saying free Taiwan, I could get in trouble. Absolutely. But they're not going to fucking jail me. People travel there all the time. It's fine. I just want to explore. I want to see Chongqing. I want to see Harbin, China, the greatest ice city in the world. I want to see cool stuff. I want to see EVs. I want to rent an EV. I want to fucking... It'll be good. It's good. We have to fucking dispel some of these myths so people can understand the world around. I think understanding China... That's also I'm excited to watch Actually China. I think people need to get a better understanding of China because the good and the bad are going to be so important in the next 5 years. It's like the U.S. and China are the countries that matter right now. Just being fucking real. And how their interactions play out are going to determine a lot for the world. Ba-ba. Bada 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 bum 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 bada bum 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 bum. All right, so what was I in the middle of doing before we said this? Talk about China and something else. Fuck, I fucking we're gonna watch House. For sure. Wait, Lower's about to read the game? All right, let's see. What does he rank the game? Understand that if he does not rank it S tier, we're going to have a real fucking problem.
Oh, bounce on it, bounce on it, bounce on it. All my ladies. Whoa, that song's sexual.
Crass, Ludwig, crass. I'm sorry, but crass. He's not going to get it on this time, so he has to end, right? And give his thoughts. Okay.
You just realized? Yeah. And I think it's pretty freaking inappropriate, to be honest. Fucking bitch-ass game. Sorry. Unbiased review time. Okay, I think if I'm being totally honest, Get to Work is not a game that I would tell people to play. It is not S tier. I would never tell someone to go play Get to Work because
Keep it there.
times when I play it where I don't like the way that I feel.
S tier.
And I wouldn't
Screenshotted.
recommend someone play a game that, in my mind, I don't like the way that I feel. Okay? So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Now, obviously, I think it's a good game, okay, because it's fun to move around in that game. And if this is a genre you like, or if you like speedrunning as a whole, it can be a good way to get involved in that type shit. All right, that type of shit. You get me? Type shit. You get me? So I would say this game's high below A. Right now, I'm gonna put it A below Animal Well, because I do want to keep playing it, but then I don't. So it's like. So A is like, I want to keep playing it. So it's like, yeah, sometimes I want to keep playing it. Then I want to never play it ever again.
I'm calling him.
So we'll see where the rest of the games line up by the end of this. And that might, change where it lies. But for now, A. Next game. Next game.
Donald.
Next game.
Fucking Donald.
I never played this game before.
Fucking Donald. A for the greatest game of the fucking year? Oh, wait, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved again. I don't want to end up on a list.
What up?
Oh, hey. Hey, bro.
What's up, man?
I was just, you know what I was doing? This is going to sound silly. I was just playing, Rivals 2, and I fucking love it, man. And I was just telling my chat, it is a fucking S tier game through and through. I was just saying, I
agree.
fucking love that game. It is S tier. You know why it's an S tier? Not just because it's a good game. Obviously, it's a good game. But because you're my friend, and you had a hand in publishing it. So it's like, why would I not put it in the S tier is what I was thinking to myself. Why would I not, like, give it that little bit of extra boost? Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. What are you up to? What are you doing?
Dude, you're not going to believe it. I am actually just reacting to videos. Just freaking love watching the videos and stuff. They're so funny. And shit. Yeah, they're freaking funny ass videos, man.
What's one you watched today? What's like a funny
I
one you watched?
watched one where it was a guy just pulling his pud, just fucking with beating his shit. It was 74 minutes.
You watched a guy pulling his pud for 74 minutes?
Thing. I didn't skip a beat.
That seems like super, like you get banned for that.
This is offline. Oh, you meant online. A lot of meme videos. Jet lag, actually. Jet lag the game. Wendover. I watched this good video about China.
Hey, China. I'm about to watch that myself.
I love China. Oh, you got permission?
I did. I got a lock-in permission. You know what's weird? I asked two of my friends. I asked one of them, Tirzu, and then one guy I've known for a long time, Ludwig. And Ludwig said, go fuck yourself.
Okay, one guy works at Nebula. The other guy watches a Nebula show on
said,
YouTube.
I don't know, dick all. Maybe you could tweet at him is what you said. And then
that's what I thought that was good advice.
Tirzu got it done. It's just interesting that he got it done so quickly. Anyway, I don't mean to bring the mood down. I'm going back to playing Rivals 2. I just fucking love that game. S tier from me. Friend to friend. Just love that you worked on that. Anyway, back to your stream. Enjoy. Bye.
Appreciate it. See you later.
Fucking piece of shit. Dipshit ass. Fucking A tier. A tier. He moved it to F. He moved it to F. He moved it to F. Hey, Tears is in chat? My goat, dude. Tears would give it an S tier. I promise you that. I promise you that. Anyway, I got a picture. Shoobity-doo, boop-ba-doo-boom. I hope you're doing well, Tears. Anyway, we're going to watch that China thing now that I have confirmation. I just have to pick a date and confirm the details with them, but sounds really cool. I'm very excited. Thank you for the subs today, by the way. Thank you, Overclock Pixel, for the sub. Thank you, anyone who's supporting the content. I do appreciate that. We're going to watch House here in probably about 10 minutes. Is there anything we want to do in 10 minutes? I could do the fucking dailies. What if I just blitz the dailies by being a daily game god? Yes, watch this. NYT Connections. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to play Juxtastat. Juxtastat. I saw NL play this. How do I get there? Juxtastat. Ba-da-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. Juxtastat. Who has a higher rainfall, population weighted? I don't know what population weighted. If I can do that math in my head. I'm going to assume Atlanta. There's a lot of trees around here. Am I right? I am. Easy. Clap. Juxtastat, which has a higher percentage of people who are low income. Is there more low income people in Quebec or in Ontario? I got to assume Quebec. Yeah. Who voted more for Biden in 2020? Lucas County, Ohio, or Santa Cruz, California? California versus real MAGA country, Ohio? Okay. Who has a higher percentage of people who commute by walking? Commute by walking in Wisconsin or nobody in fucking Texas is walking. Yeah. Which has a higher percentage of people who are Gen Alpha? Oh, who's been fucking recently is what you're trying to say? Jacksonville or Palmdale? I'm going to assume Jacksonville. Fuck! Ooh, I got 2 really hard questions. How about that? 2 goated questions, but I funked up the last one. Palmdale. Oh my God, dude. It's a 1% difference. It's a 1% difference. That's a fucking tough one. That's a fucking tough one. Honestly, I picked Jacksonville because of Jason Mendoza from The Good Place. I assume he talked about it like they fucked a lot, had a lot of kids, and I was like, well, I assume that's fucking. That's all I really knew. But 4 out of 5, not bad. Let's try other games for the next 10 minutes. Let's do connections, play. Boom. Emote only mode, please. Or actually, I could just turn you guys fucking. Boom. There it is. Create 4 groups of 4. Boxer, ditch, batter, lab, chin, judge, pit, lawyer, lecture, hole, wizard, discussion, trench, bottoms, seminar, monk. Is there a baseball thing? No. Hole, ditch, pit, bottoms, or trench? Easy. Results of some digging. Okay, great. There's boxer, lawyer, wizard, monk. These are just jobs I'd like to have. Or judge. Okay, well, I see one else. I see discussion, seminar, lecture, lab. College classes. Academic courses, okay? Okay. Boxer, lawyer, monk, wizard, judge, chin, batter. Chin up, batter up, bottoms up, lawyer up, asshole. You better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming for 10%. I'm coming for everything. And then boxer, wizard, judge, monk, cool jobs. Oh, wearing robes. That's a perfect. That's a fucking perfect. That's a fucking perfect. And now, let's try a different puzzle. The Framed. What movie is this? I have no idea. Submit. Is this the Shawshank? Shawshank Redemption? The Shaw? I didn't click it. No, this is Texas. Big Tuna, Texas. What the fuck is this movie? Big Tuna. Is this 3,000 Miles? to Graceland? No. This is Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. What movie is this? It's not. What movie is this? Oh, I don't think I know. I don't think I know. Leaving Las Vegas. Did I nail it? It was Wild at Heart. Fuck. I never seen this movie, so never seen this movie. Can't possibly be faulted. What about Time Guesser? But Time Guesser, I don't do it to try to get a high score. I try to do it fast. Time Guesser can take way too long. It has to be a fucking snap decision. This looks like it is the 60s. And it is fucking a bunch of hippies, dude. Probably in fucking Europe. Yuck. 60s in London. London, 62. Get fucked. 1969, London. Easy fucking clap. This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. Unless she looks so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she smiles. This is Africa. And it is, I'm looking for phones. Old phone. No smartphone in sight. This is Africa, circa the early 2000s. Would love to get a fucking Bahima shuttle. If I wish I knew where Bahima was. To save time, I'm going to pick somewhere along the coast. Let's just do Nairobi. Nairobi in 2004. Swear to God, I'm not taking lessons from Pirate Software here. I promise you. Promise you that. I'm actually just fucking goated. Okay. This is France. Cinema Place. Chasseurs. Bully. Messeurs. This is France or Italy. I actually am bad now. Is that France or Italy? I don't know the language. The time frame looks, it's weird because it's colorized, but it looks so old. The gas lamp and everything, I'm thinking like 20s or 30s. I don't know. It's been colorized. All right, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go Paris. Where's Paris? I'm going to do Gay Paris. And I'm going to do the 30s. 38. Damn. Paris, correct. 20 years off. It's the color, dude. The color made me just, it throws me off my whole fucking mental. It throws off my fucking mental. 20 years off. I should have, yeah, this looks old. This looks 20s. I should have at least said 20s, but the color threw me off, which is obviously that shouldn't do that, but this all feels 20s. Fuck! That's a big throw. Okay. This is the Democratic Republic of North Korea, DPRK, and it looks to be yesterday. I don't know. How can you fucking know, dude? How can you fucking know? I'm going to do Pyongyang in 2023. Dude. Holy! I'm fucking correct! Okay, last one. Oh, it's indoors. Makes it way harder. This is the Dude Perfect gladiator arena in the year 2035, where everybody is showing up to get their daily scraps of food from Dude Perfect. This is tennis, obviously. Tennis ball. No? Well, is it? I can't tell now. It looks like more like... this guy looks like a tennis player, but I could be wrong. Indoor hard court tennis. He's throwing his jersey. This is very tough for me because I don't know this player, this sport, or where it would fucking be. It must be famous. I'm going to guess. See, I would guess Wimbledon, but Wimbledon is outdoor courts. So I'll guess Spain because I know they have the famous clay courts. We'll go Madrid. And I'll go 2016. Hey, the year was good enough to get me close on points. The year was good enough. I got 4,300 on the year. That's Australia. I guess I could have figured that out with a little more time. Final score? Bro. For a snap pick, for under a minute per, that's pretty damn. That's pretty damn. You said hard court, then clay, Crody. You play tennis, bitch. Oh, I play tennis. I'm so fancy. I play fucking League of Legends. We're not the same. What is atriocal? And we'll, of course, end with the atriocal. With my standard guess, glizzy. Oh, my God. Atrioc. What? It's ATR? It's ATR. It's Atrioc? It's just my name spelled wrong? That's one of the words? That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. But not as stupid as what Dr. House is about to do in this episode of House MD. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been here before, occasionally we will watch together an episode of the late, great, mid-2010s show, House MD, where Hugh Laurie plays a criminal doctor who gets away with crime to save hard-to-diagnose diseases. We are nearing the end of the show, as it turns out. We're at the very end of Season 7. Season 7, Episode 20, Changes. Dude, I have to blow my nose. This episode aired on May 1st, 2011. At the time, this